everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Other M. So in the last episode, we saved at this navigation booth, but the door in front of us remained locked. So, in order to progress, we have to unlock it. Start off by firing a missile into that door and entering it using morph ball mode. And you'll be hearing some funny noises right now. That's because in this hallway there are these enemies walking around aimlessly. These enemies are, for lack of a better term, they're just decoration. Killing them when you actually can kill them yields no reward as far as I know, and it's just all around kind of whatever. So let's ignore them for now and just head over here. You will be fighting the enemy later, but it's a little ways off. Anyway, real quick, before we go anywhere, we want to go back into the women's restroom. And this door has a handle on it, and we can open it. And inside this bathroom stall with no toilet is an Excel charge. Samus, what are you doing? Looked like she was gonna go to the bathroom there. Anyway, the Excel charge, all it does is it makes the charge beam charge up faster. You probably aren't noticing much of a difference right now, but once we get a couple more of them, we'll be charging up the charge beam a lot faster. Just run through this room, don't even worry about those enemies. And, there was another funny little chuckle. We heard it once before when we had that mini-boss fight with those chameleon-looking things. Climb up this elevator, and right here you'll see those wires. You shoot it with a missile, the elevator above falls a little bit, knocks off a panel, exposes more wires, and starts a mini-boss. Hooray. So, all you have to do is... Don't do that! Don't do that! I'm screwed. How am I not yeah, dude, if you wanna break the elevator, by all means, go ahead and break it. Yeah, go break the elevator. Come on. You can do it. Break it. Come on. Come on, you're all right there! Well, that's one way you could get through here. What you were supposed to do, which I failed at miserably, is to sit here on this ledge and shoot that from here. However, I failed at that, and the enemy did break the elevator on his own, so it's all good. Don't even bother fighting the enemy. The first time I played through this game, I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And I died so many times it was ridiculous because the enemy would grab me and then the elevator would fall and we would die immediately. What you gonna do? I'm a little bitter at that elevator because it's killed me so many hundreds of times. It's not even funny. Right here is another energy part way over there. We currently can't get that, but we'll be getting it later. But for right now, just fall down here, and there'll be these blocks of compacted trash. 2 or 3 missiles takes it out. And in this one, there's an enemy, so you want to back up and let that enemy die first. And right over here, I almost missed it. There we go. There's another block, but this one leads to the grapple points right here and that energy part on the other side. Unfortunately, we can't be getting that for a while, but once we can, you know, that'd be a good thing to go get. Right here, you want to jump over the hole, and then there's a missile tank over here. fall down there. You can get back up. Like, if you fall here, you can get back up. It's just kind of hard to do so. And in this room, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with these enemies. I'm just gonna shoot this. No, not that. Shoot that with a missile. And if you come into this ventilation shaft, bomb that right there, there's another missile tank right here, making it 3, I think, missile tanks. Really good. Especially considering that we're not even halfway done with this episode. That's great. And in this room, this is one of those parts of the game that I just have really bad memories of because I died so many times. Don't fall in those holes. And that thing is another, like, I can dodge in it cutscene. Yeah. And here's the the place where I was referring to with those enemies where they look like, you see right there, you can kind of tell that it's an enemy, but not really. So it just sits there, and if I would have shot it, it would have done nothing, and oh no, and it's burrowing. You want to kill them before they do that. If you miss them though, you can just stand in place. You'll see the dirt underneath you start kind of moving around a bit, and you can take them out after since moving away. These guys just take one missile to the face and then they're done, so not too hard. It's just sometimes they can surprise you if you're not expecting them, and it's not fun to get eaten by those things. Through here, shoot missiles at various things, and there's a ventilation shaft behind all of it. And this room that we're coming up on, when I first started playing, I got stuck in this room for hours, and you'll see. Anyway, try to go to this door, and then the mini-boss will kind of happen. It's like it wanted to wait. I find using a lethal strike to be a lot more efficient than using overblast on these guys, because they're almost always guaranteed. You're almost always to get a guaranteed lethal strike out of them after you hit them in the face with a missile. Not all enemies are that way, but those particular ones, from what I've seen, you can always lethal strike them. And right after that, we have another mini-boss, and this one is much more obnoxious, because these things can't be hurt right now. But once they start charging up that energy shot or whatever, you can shoot them. Unfortunately, Samus has a bad habit of choosing the other enemy, like she did twice. So you have the opportunity to hit the enemy, and she'll either target a wall or she'll target the wrong enemy. So I don't know. You need to, in this fight, by the way, you must have a good grasp of the sense move, because even myself, who I've played this game and beaten the final boss like I don't know how many times, these things still manage to combo me. And if you're not careful, they can do it a lot. Especially since Samus seems to like shooting the wrong enemy. Yep. I don't know why, but Samus doesn't have like an invincibility frame like after she takes damage. And you'll find that a lot of the enemies have invincibility frames. So like you shoot them and then you can't follow it up and combo them to death. You have to wait for them to regain their composure before you can actually shoot them again. And honestly, it usually takes a lot longer than you'd ever think it would need to be. Once you kill the first robot, a third one appears. This is all fairly straightforward. It's just you need to be sure to have the sense move down so that you don't get killed. Once you get down to one, then it's not that bad, because the knockback from your charge beam will usually push them back just enough that they can't do anything to you. And with that, we get our first item that wasn't authorized. We get the diffusion beam, so it's one of the few that we actually find and don't have authorized. And all this does is it makes the charge beam explode after it hits an enemy. So usually it'll take out a group of about 8, which is actually really handy. And to prove my point, the game has a little segment here with a bunch of Rios that shows off how the diffusion beam works. Unfortunately, with this segment right here, I usually have, situations where I'll miss one, and I'll have to use the charge beam again to hit it. But once you get rid of those enemies, it's not that bad, and you can usually take out the fly pods immediately after. Okay, fine. I want to shoot this. One more should do it. Yep. So it wasn't that bad. Interacting with this terminal unlocks a door way back at the beginning of the episode. So now we can turn around and go back where we came. I'm gonna save right here. I mean, this game, it saves even so much that me, as someone who's paranoid and saves at pretty much every save station, kind of gets annoyed and goes, dude, I don't have to save that much. Anyway, coming through here will trigger a boss fight. These enemies have been in various Metroid games. They made their debut in Super Metroid, but they weren't a boss in any Metroid game until this game. So, to get started, enter first person and shoot one of them with a missile. And once they're on the floor like that, they have a couple attacks. One is that one where they dive at you, and if they catch you, you get eaten, and that's bad. The other one is to spit those energy balls at you, and another one is to try to eat you while standing up. But this boss actually isn't that hard once you understand that you're not supposed to use missiles on them, other than to get them out of the wall. You'll be using first-person sense move a lot in this fight, by the way. I just recommend, that was the third attack he did, just using a charge shot at him, and then, whoa, wow. Charge up a charge shot and do a lethal strike. For some reason, it didn't want to work on this one. It got smart! I've never had this happen. Come on, come on. Oh my god, there. That was the second shortest fight I've had with those guys. The other one, I had no issues killing the second one. Don't know why I had issues this time. Anyway, once we kill those, we go through here. And this will take us all the way back to that room with the magical floating window in the sky. I'm going to ignore that enemy and just come up here. So, in this episode, we've gone in a complete circle, only unlocking one door. Amazing, right? I mean, look at all that backtracking we had to do. through here, and I think this is... Come on. Yeah, this is the last room before the navigation booth. So, we didn't have to go through any areas we didn't have to go through too much, but here we are. We're back at where we started at the beginning of the episode. So, with that though, I will cut it here because we're at 16 minutes. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.